Hello, everybody. So, get a little bit of news going on. Let's see. So, it says here, uh, complete creep. Bill Maher gets backlash for asking Riley Gaines to describe transgender swimmer Leah Thomas's private parts. Does that make him a creep, really? Because I think I saw a story where she was like pretty much telling people how well endowed uh this dude chick is. Um so is he a creep? I'm pretty sure he's a comedian, so it's a joke. He's like he's pointing out the fact that she's describing his junk. Uh okay. It's Bill Maher. So he's met her. What did he tell her that in person? Bill Maher under fire for his latest Club Random podcast episode. Okay, so he was just doing it for entertainment. She was on his podcast, I'm guessing. All right. When former NCAA swimmer, right? Riley Gaines appeared on the Saturday, August 5th show. The comedian hounded her with questions regarding Leah Thomas. Did he hound her? That's the only reason she's in the news, right? So what was he supposed to ask her about? Her latest grooming routine? Like, that's a ridiculous criticism to have. He asked all the right questions. All right. Let's see here. Oh. No, okay. The the transgender swimmer who has caused some upset by competing in women's league in the women's league. It's weird when people write stuff like this because they never write these things when it's actually happening. They're not going to say anything about this when it's actually happening. When Leah Thomas was being celebrated, they weren't saying anything. As soon as the controversy comes about, and then they see the blowover and they see how people respond to it, that's when they determine how they're going to word their article the next time they tackle a subject like this, because they wouldn't have the nerve to say transgender swimmer before. They wouldn't use that. They would just say Leah Thomas, the swimmer, or whatever. They would never be that bold to say these words. But now they're free to say these words and they're ready to criticize other people. While discussing the debacle, Maher repeatedly asked Gaines about Thomas's genitals. Yes, because she brought it up first. And that's why she was in the news. That's why she was a hot button like a character, and that's why she was on his podcast. Why was he gonna? What was else he's gonna ask her about? And it's funny. How big is her cock? You've seen her cock, right? He asked the University of Kentucky alum, to which he replied, "We all did." Well, I guess it's hard to miss. How big is it? He asked again. I mean, what kind of a cock is it? Describe it. He's obviously messing about. I mean, I doubt he really gives a shit, but it's funny. It's a funny question. Gaines tried to steer the conversation in another direction. Yeah, obviously, she probably got a look. I don't know why she brought up the fact that she saw it. Maybe to get sympathy points and be like, okay, well, he wasn't just there in a dress. He was, got his cock out in the locker room. I mean, we had our tits out and stuff, but it's not cock. Gaines tried to steer the conversation in another direction, but eventually the TV star noted of getting off topic. I forget what the original question was, but I think it's describe that guy. He ain't letting it go. It's like, what else is he going to talk to her about? What else does she have going on in her life? You still swimming, Riley? Besides going on around about talking about this person, you got anything else going on in your life? I was trying to run away from this question, she confessed. No shit. Okay, a 6'4" male. Was he 6'4"? But use your imagination. We can't unsee it. I mean, being in that space with a male, it's like a bad car wreck. You're all speaking like you've never had intercourse with a man before. I mean, I'm sure it's uncomfortable to see, but like, are you like traumatized? What do you mean a bad car wreck? I would have been like, oh, shit, I've been in locker rooms. Oh my God. The worst is the gym locker room. Those old men, dudes you can't you can't keep them from getting naked. They just walk around the old dick swinging like that shit. Just like instantly, just like, whoa. Like you can't like you're thinking like, okay, I got to get dressed faster and get out of here. But the faster you move, they move around, and you're just like you're trying to like make sure they're not like too close to you or whatever. But every time you look to see where they are, dicks out, like it's uncomfortable for dudes. So I understand it's uncomfortable, but are you really that traumatized, man? Come on now, come on. Like, personally, I don't like that he did that. Personally, I don't think it's okay. But you can laugh about it, right? It's not it's not that serious where you can't laugh about it, right? It's okay to make a joke about that, right? Because that's what he's doing. Throughout the chat, Gaines refused to acknowledge Thomas as transgender woman and declared, I do not believe trans women are women. Well, what gave it away? Was it the cock in your face? I mean, that seems like a very chick thing to do. The peace sign, taking a picture. I mean, he's got it down. He's got it down. Like that's like typical Caucasian woman right there. He's been studying y'all. Maher also got serious about the subject and offered his opinion. Well, obviously he was joking. They acknowledged he was joking, but yet they still called him a creep. I think, of course, trans is a true phenomenon. It's not really. It's not. Nobody can transition until they created the technology to do so. So it's not a phenomenon. It's just now a possibility. You make it a possibility to do anything, people are going to do it, no matter what it is. Like there are literally people transforming themselves to be lizards and shit. Like just because it's a possibility now. There's some people who are, and I'm sure this is the wrong phrasing, but people know what I mean. Born in the wrong body, right? It's not possible. It's not possible to be born in the wrong body. Unless you're reincarnated or some shit and there's a promise that you should be in a different body. It's not possible. You're only born in the body like that's literally how birth works. Whatever you're born in, that's the body. That's you. You know, they really do feel and want to be the sex they were not born. Yeah, that's fine. I understand that. I understand they do feel and want to be the sex that they're not born. I can sympathize with that, but it's not. It doesn't change the reality, and trying to pretend that it changes something, it's more depressing. It's kind of like it's kind of more disrespectful to those people. You're almost like it's like you know what I mean? It's like Christmas where you're like, imagine being a grown adult and your parents are still trying to convince you that Santa Claus is real, and they're doing the whole Christmas party and everything, and they're like, oh, look at Santa got you and all this stuff. And it's just like, it's just weird. It's like insulting to your intelligence. It's a weird thing to do. All right. And those people should be protected and respected. Protected not more than anybody else. They should be protected as much as anybody else should be from like violence and stuff like that. But what is this extra protection that's necessary and respected? That's not respectable. It's not. There's nothing respectable about that. I'm not going to disrespect them, but it's not a respectable thing to do. Like if you accomplish something that is difficult and it helps other people, or it's a very great accomplishment because not many people can do it. That's those are the things that are deserving of respect, not just the things that you like to do, like feeding your own delusions or your ego or your personal satisfaction. Those things aren't worthy of respect. They never have been. Despite being accepting of the blah blah, listeners were disgusted by how much he focused on Thomas's body. Were they now? Used to be a fan of Bill's, but not anymore. Never lets his guests talk come across as creepy with this young woman. Really? You used to be a fan of Bill, did you? And would never let his guests talk. He's the comedian. He's the entertainer. Let her talk about what? The same shit she's talked about on every other show? He's the entertainment. He's the one that has the podcast. That's why he's interrupting all the time. He's controlling the nature of the show. He's keeping the energy. That is what he's supposed to do. If you just wanted to hear her talk, didn't have her start her own podcast. Guarantee you it's going to be boring as shit. One person wrote in the reaction on Twitter, so disappointed. What are you, his father? He's like freaking 80 something. Bill Maher asking Riley to describe Thomas's C over and over, so wildly inappropriate and demeaning. Is it she brought it up that she saw it? Disgusting. Disgusting should be demeaning to Leah Thomas, if anybody. Tweeted another social media user. Oh, God, everybody is on a high horse today, huh? Like everyone wants to prove that they're a good person. They're just waiting for an opportunity for someone to say something. It was Bill came across as pretty, pervy, and creepy. Why did pervy get capitalized? Bill came across as a complete creep in this episode. I guess you read the other person's comment then. Another wrote in the agreement, also for God's sake, let your guests talk, stop interrupting them. I'm telling you, people, you don't want that. You do not want that. Anyways, that was weird. But till next time.